AP News, I'm Ed Donahue. President Trump is dismissing the focus on the release of the sex trafficking investigation of Jeffrey Epstein as a hoax.
I understand we've given thousands of pages of files, and I know that no matter what you do, it's going to keep going. And I think it's enough.
Epstein victims like Lisa Phillips were on Capitol Hill.
Transparency is justice. Release the files, end the secrecy, and stand with us in declaring that no one, no billionaires, no politicians, not world leaders, is above the law.
Phillips points out she has her own information.
Several of us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list of names.
Epstein killed himself in a Manhattan jail while awaiting trial in 2019 on charges he sexually abused and trafficked dozens of underage girls. President Trump is floating the idea of sending the National Guard into another city to help fight crime. Here's the AP's Sagar Magani.
Troops are already here in Washington. The president said he's ready to send them to Chicago and Baltimore. And perhaps next,
You have New Orleans, which has a crime problem.
a Democrat-run city in a GOP-led state. New Orleans City Council President J.P. Morrell says the president's suggestion is ridiculous, a solution to a problem that does not exist. City leaders say crime rates in New Orleans have dropped sharply this year. Violent crime in May was down 20% compared to last year. Sagar Magani, Washington.
President Trump is justifying the lethal military strike that the administration said was carried out a day earlier against a Venezuelan gang as a necessary effort by the U.S. to send an unmistakable message to Latin American cartels. Florida plans to become the first state to eliminate vaccine mandates. More information at apnews.com. This is AP News. A victory for prosecutors in the New York Gilgo Beach serial murder case.
Against Rex Heuermann after a judge rules DNA evidence obtained through advanced techniques admissible. Suffolk County DA Ray Tierney.
The science was on our side, and that's why we won.
The ruling marks the first time such techniques are allowed as evidence in a New York court. Heuermann's lawyer, Mike Brown, says they're disappointed.
I'm not concerned about it coming in at trial. I think we're going to hopefully enlighten the jury where they'll neutralize this type of testimony and they won't give it any credit.
Meanwhile, the defense still waiting for a decision on its motion to break up the case into multiple trials. Heuermann is charged in the deaths of 7 women, and the investigation continues. Julie Walker, New York.
Oil giant ConocoPhillips is planning to lay off up to a quarter of its workforce in an attempt to cut costs. I'm Ed Donahue, AP News.